What's going on, YouTube?
What's up?
We are codename reaction. I don't know why I said that.
That's so like monotone, like we are codename reaction.
Yeah, as you can tell from this and the thing you just watched and the stuff back here, right? You figured it out by now. I have no idea. So what are we doing?
Yeah, so this I actually vaguely remember back in the day.
Okay.
So I have viewed this. The only bad thing is it's been a while.
It's gonna be a revisit.
It's gonna be a revisit because I didn't retain most of the things that this guy was spitting.
Are you saying you weren't doing a reaction channel back then?
No, I was not. I was just watching and absorbing, and then just going.
Clearly not absorbing.
Well, at the moment, no, you know how things just like
Yeah. 45,000 pieces of content.
But this is Don't Stay in School by Boyinaband.
So, and you guys requested this because apparently...
But if I do remember correctly, there's a bunch of truths. So we're actually head scratchers.
Okay.
In this little piece. I don't even think
I'm already somewhat behind the I don't know about Don't Stay in School, but
you'll
see.
Probably change your mind.
Is it black now?
No.
It says no, I'm running in the forest.
I wasn't taught how to get a job, but I can remember dissecting a frog. I wasn't taught how to pay tax, but I know loads about Shakespeare's classics. I was never taught how to vote. They devoted that time to defining isotopes. I wasn't taught how to look after my health, but mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Never spent a lesson on current events. Instead, I studied the old American West. I was never taught what laws there are. I was never taught what laws there are. Let me repeat, I was not taught the laws for the country I live in, but I know how Henry VIII killed his women. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Glad that's in my head instead of financial advice. I was shown the wavelengths of different hues of light, but I was never taught my human rights. Apparently there's 30. Do you know them? I don't. Why the hell can't we both recite them by rote? I know igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rocks, yet I don't know squat about trading stocks or how money works at all. Where does it come from? How does the thing that motivates the world function? Not taught to budget and disperse my earnings. I was too busy there rehearsing cursive. Didn't learn how much it costs to raise a kid and what an affidavit is, but I spent days on what the quadratic equation is. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. They made me learn that over basic first aid, or how to recognize the most deadly mental disorders or diseases with preventable causes, or how to buy a house with a mortgage if I could afford it, because abstract maths was deemed more important than advice that would literally save thousands of lives. But it's cool, because now I could tell you if the number of unnecessary deaths caused by that choice was prime. Never taught present day practical medicines, but I was told what the ancient Hippocratic method is. I've got a headache, the pain is ceaseless, what should I take? Maybe try some leeches? Could we discuss domestic abuse and get the facts, or how to help my depressed friend with a mental state? No, but learn mental maths, because you won't have a calculator with you every day. They say it's not the kids, the parents are the problem. Then if you taught the kids to parent, that's the problem solved then. All this advice about using a condom, but not for when you actually have a kid when you want one. I'm only fluent in this language, for serious, the rest of the world speaks too. Do you think I'm an idiot? He chose the solo over the political system, so like a typical citizen now I don't know what I'm voting on, which policies exist or how to make them change. Mais oui, je parle un peu de français. So at 18 I was expected to elect a representative for a system I had never ever been presented with. But I won't take it. I'll tell everyone my childhood was wasted. I'll share it everywhere how I was educated, and insist these pointless things don't stay in school.
I'm 100% behind this song.
Change your mind?
Everything he said was correct. I don't know about Don't Stay in School, but definitely
it's more
change.
It's more of
the applicable usefulness of schooling.
It's more of a school system reform.
Yeah,
we need to be taught the basic necessities of life.
Everything he said was factual.
Yeah.
100% factual.
Yeah, cool, American history, it's cool to know that, but maybe we should worry about, like, nowadays problems, our, no social standards and all that stuff, just something that I think the American school system has failed on.
Greatly.
So, let's get into...
Well, and clearly I think he's British, so even the
even
UK school system has failed.
Yeah, because apparently he learned about the American Old West. Like, why? Why would you need to learn that?
Yeah, we learned about the Mongolians.
True, that's true.
Why?
Exactly, yeah.
In 1600, point of interest. That seems like an elective learning topic.
Yeah. Which even right there in the little blip right there, where this is a very controversially received rap song, I can see how it's very controversial.
Yeah.
Because people thought that this was promoting kids to drop out of school completely, which appears to be by the title. But it's not so, because Brown is merely arguing that the school system should be dramatically changed. The last line of the song illustrates this and links back to this title, saying that he insists these pointless things don't stay in school. Which makes sense.
Yeah, but people don't read past the title.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, what the... And then they get into it, they're like, no, you kind of got a point there.
Yeah, but people never get into it. They just see the title and they're like, oh, that's mean. I don't like that. It's like,
exactly.
Or you could actually listen to the song and, like...
digest it.
Yeah, instead of just... it's people don't read the articles either. They just read the headlines.
It's one of those, like, judging a book by its cover without reading the contents.
What?
Oh. Well, okay. Judging an ebook by the cover.
By the cover page?
By the cover page. Or the book art.
I would say even then, just judging a news article by the
titling.
No, by the clip on Facebook.
That too, yeah. So, verse 1. I wasn't taught how to get a job.
Okay.
I mean,
neither was I.
No one ever really is. But I can remember dissecting a frog. I can remember that. I do remember that.
Don't make them dance, you get in trouble. Moving on.
I wasn't taught how to pay tax.
Check.
That's also true.
Still don't know how to pay tax.
No one. That's why
CPAs make so much money off us.
Basically. But I know loads about Shakespeare's classics.
I tuned out for those.
I remember parts.
I just can get with the
I mean, like Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, all with the classics.
I know they exist. I just don't know much about them.
Yeah. I was never taught how to vote.
That is correct.
Yes. And that's where we're leaving that. They devoted that time to defining isotopes.
I did enjoy that, though.
Well, I mean, science is... Science, it's good to know, because that's always fact.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't taught how to look after my health.
That's prevalent here.
Granted, I didn't start doing that until way after.
You were a late adopter?
Well, I adopted things like throughout, like obviously like trying to eat healthy, like eliminating fast food, all that stuff. It was a yearly process, but like how like last
you still live on Taco Bell?
I actually haven't had Taco Bell in a long time.
Who are you?
I don't even know anymore. But there's that. But mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
The sad part of that is we didn't even have to look up mitochondria to pronounce it.
Yeah,
We just know.
We know how it is. So, verse 2, never spent a lesson on current events.
Facts.
Instead, I studied the old American West.
Which is weird.
Yeah. Was never taught what laws there are. I was never taught what laws there are. Great emphasis on that. Let me repeat, I was not taught the laws for the country that I live in, but I know how Henry... 5, 6, 8th. Yeah, I forgot he said 8th, but I was like...
Well, it's also the guy, we know he had 13 wives and he killed all of them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yes,
yeah.
Henry...
No, I 100% agree. We don't know the laws. You find out when they arrest you for them.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you don't kill people, don't steal stuff. Duh.
But that's just basic morals right there.
Yeah. But, like, the minutiae stuff that you should probably know.
Like, you can't walk your giraffe down the sidewalk after 4 p.m.?
Not that specific. Those
specific?
Those are forgotten laws.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. But those are laws at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which you don't know, because they never taught them.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, like, no, we know how Henry VIII killed his women. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. What? Oh, I forgot.
Separate woman.
I was gonna say, like, how could you behead someone you survive? But glad that's in my head instead of financial advice.
Yeah.
Financial advice. That could have been very helpful.
Still can be.
Yeah. So verse 3, I was shown the wavelengths of different hues of light.
That was fun, though.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of did help me with the graphic design in a way, so I can't really bag on that.
And lighting design for me.
Yeah. But I was never taught my human rights.
Would much rather those instead.
Yeah, that is something that we all should know.
Yeah.
Apparently there's 30. I didn't know that there was 30.
Well, again, I think he's British.
Yeah.
Let's see. Universal Declaration. The U.S. played a huge role in drafting. Oh, so yes, there
It's
are
the
30.
Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
So there are 30
So
of
this
them.
is worldwide human rights.
We are learning that there is even a Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Yes.
That tells you how much we've been failed.
Wow. Yeah, apparently there's 3. Do you know them? I don't.
I didn't even know they existed until 2 minutes ago. Thank you.
And then he asked the question, why can't we both recite them by note
We should.
or rote?
Yeah, we should be able to rattle those off
Yeah.
as much as we can rattle off the characters of our favorite television show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember this. I know, what's it, Ignis? No.
Ignis? Aeneas?
Ignis? Metamorphic and sedimentary rocks.
Never did that.
That was part of science class.
Don't remember that part.
I remember, like, learning, like, these are the different type of stones and, like, what,
Oh, geology.
Yeah, geology, like, how you, it was lumped in the science
I don't
class.
think I took geology. I took no, I didn't take geology. Oh, no, I took...
My science classes were, like, a lump of everything.
Oh, yeah, we had individual ones. I could pick different styles.
Yeah, don't know squat about trading stocks.
It'd be nice to know.
That would be
Especially
nice.
for GameStop.
Or just how money works at all.
True. I just know they print it and we use it.
Yeah. Knowing the fact that we have to, like, shred old bills, like, take them out of circulation and bring in new. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like, why are we shredding money?
Apparently it has an expiration date.
Yeah, apparently we could just create it like nothing. But it's like,
It doesn't mean anything.
yeah, it's not like money grows on trees.
It does.
It's
paper.
made out of trees.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Where does it come from? Trees. So we kind of answered that question right there. How does the thing that motivates the world function?
True. Yeah.
Yep. Not taught to budget and disperse my earnings.
True.
I was too busy there rehearsing cursive, which that in itself has died.
Well, nobody writes anymore.
No. I've seen some people still use cursive. I'm like, oh, wow, this brings me back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's times when I
Like,
try to do it again. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is something I have to relearn.
It's a useful skill, but writing is going...
Well, they were also the whole thing, well, you're going to need this, like, growing up. You're going to need this in college. I'm like, really? I just printed this paper and I got an A.
Oh, I always loved that whenever... Because I was part of the curve there where they were like, you need cursive. Please print out all your papers in this font. I'm like... So what do I need cursive for if I'm not writing papers?
Honestly, the only cursive thing that people nowadays know is signatures.
And even then, it doesn't have to be cursive.
No, it's just, actually, it's more initials than anything nowadays. Just anything to get it done and over with.
Well, even then, it's just typing your name and going, I agree to my...
Well, I mean, actual physical signing.
Yeah, but
that's the only time.
it doesn't have to be signature.
True.
Yeah. There's nothing that says your signature has to be cursive, I don't think.
Yeah, I was too busy there rehearsing cursive, yes. I didn't learn how much it costs to raise a kid or what an affidavit is.
True.
I don't think
You have no idea what an affidavit is.
No. But then again, I've
Never been in trouble.
I've never been in trouble or wanting to raise a kid. So.
An affidavit had nothing to do with raising a kid.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that whole sentence. That whole sentence as a whole.
That's what an affidavit is.
Oh! Yep, never had to deal with that. But I spent days on what the quadratic equation is.
I still know that, unfortunately.
You still do? Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
The fact that we have no idea what legal strip is, but we know that. And I have never used that, ever.
No. Well, I forgot. They made me learn that over basic first aid.
100% would
Yes.
much rather know basic first aid.
Yeah. Or how to recognize the most deadly mental disorders.
Be helpful.
Or diseases with preventable causes.
Also helpful.
Or how to buy a house with a mortgage.
Extremely helpful.
Yes.
Even though nobody can afford a house anymore.
Yeah, no one can afford it. No one can help it. People can barely afford an apartment.
Yeah.
If I could afford it, because abstract maths was deemed more important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then the device that would literally save thousands of lives. But it's cool, because now I could tell you if the number of unnecessary deaths caused by that choice was prime.
Yep.
Never taught present day practical medicines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was told what the ancient Hippocratic method is.
I never understood that.
I never understood that either. I've got a headache. The pain is ceaseless. What should I take? Yeah. They're just like, just take some Tylenol and go by.
Well, I like his response.
Maybe try some leeches?
Because that's what he was told.
Yeah,
That's what he was taught. How was he supposed to know what modern medicine is if he's taught dead Hippocratic
I thought
quackery?
leeches were used to relieve swelling.
Sure.
From bruising.
I
Or
don't
like,
even care.
I know you don't care.
I want to know what I can go to freaking Walgreens and get.
You're not gonna get back.
Now.
You're not gonna get
It
back.
ain't going to be leeches.
You're not gonna get back.
Exactly.
Leeches. Although that would be very questionable if they did. Like, here's your bag.
Just pulsating.
What the? Oh, just plug them on and everything. Just go about your day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure people are going to be questioning why I have a leech on my head.
Well, that's what I'm getting. Tell me what I'm getting now.
Yeah. So next line, it's a very touchy. Can we discuss domestic abuse and get the facts, or how to help my depressed friend with their mental state?
Also helpful information.
No, but learn mental maths.
Yeah.
There we go. Because you won't have a calculator with you every day.
Yeah, that is still a hilarious joke. That
Yeah.
we have seriously have calculators around us
Yeah.
at all times.
Well, yeah, that's just a big slap to all those math teachers that said, "Well, yeah, you're never gonna have this every day. We're just gonna walk around with a calculator in your pocket."
Yep.
So there's that.
And a camera, and a message device, and a phone,
And a web browser.
and a web browser, and a game machine,
Yeah.
and
All in
a
one little
level.
device.
You can get a level now.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
No tape measure.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ha! Teachers!
That's the takeaway. It's like,
Yeah.
ah! Take your statements and go. No.
You're most likely watching this on your pocket device right now.
And they're probably like, you guys can shut up now.
Yeah. I need to use my calculator.
Yeah. They say it's not the kids. The parents are the problem. Then if you taught the kids to parent, that's the problem solved then.
They don't want to solve a problem.
No. That's what they're saying. All this advice about using a condom. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But none for when you actually have a kid when you want one.
Yeah, I never understood that, especially over here. They push the American agenda of having a family, but then they also push the American agenda of using condoms so you don't have children.
Yeah, it's
Mike.
weird.
One or the other here.
It's one of those contradicting topics that I don't think anyone in this country has ever found the answer to.
They just want to sit down and talk about it.
True. All this advice, all about using condom, but none for when you actually have it. Yeah, I already mentioned that. I'm only fluent in this language. For serious.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Most of the world speaks to...
Yeah. The rest of the world, speaks to. Do you think I'm an idiot?
Yeah.
Yep.
English is usually the second language.
Yeah. They chose the solar over the political system. Well, I mean, I think they did touch on the political system, but they beat in their heads that we live in a two-party system. Like, then what's with all the other parties that you could possibly vote for?
But the problem is we also live in a society that whoever makes the rules, you play for their party, and that's the superior party.
Yeah. But
Free thinking is not in this education system.
which it's weird with land of the free, but free thinking, that's a no-no.
Yeah, well, free's also had an asterisk and quotations around it in this country for the entire time.
I don't want to say the entire time, but maybe like the last
20 years.
I was going to say 50, but
Yeah.
or century.
Mhm.
Probably the last century. Let's go with that.
Mhm.
So, like a typical citizen, now I don't know what I'm voting on.
Yep, that's what they want.
Most of us don't know.
That's what they want.
We take big bullet points and then everything else below it. It's like,
But that's what they want.
That's exactly what they want. Which policies exist or how to make them change?
They don't want them to change.
No. Okay, he said some stuff in French. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, But yes, I do speak a little French.
There you go.
Okay, so yeah, like obviously, I took Spanish classes. I know some words here and there, but I can't write a Spanish sentence or recite a whole line to save my life.
Yeah.
So there's that. So at 18, I was expected to elect a representative.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're just thrown at that.
Mm-hmm.
For a system I had never, ever been presented with.
You got one semester in our school, and it was more of, here's the Constitution, thanks for playing.
Yeah. Hell, like, even in college, most of the shit that I learned was from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a waste of money.
Yeah.
I'm like, I literally could just stay a freelancer.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Yep.
And save all this money.
Yeah.
And debt. Yeah, that's something that you're not taught how to freaking consolidate that and bullshit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get into the chorus, but I won't take it. I'll tell everyone my childhood was wasted. I'll share everywhere how I was educated, with quotes, and insist these pointless things don't stay in school.
I'm with them.
Yes.
100%.
I mean, school, yes, it is needed, but it needs drastic reform.
It needs to be relevant.
Relevant. How about we stop teaching all these pointless necessities that we've been... Basically, the whole dogma of what schooling has been for the last, century or something like that, it's a thing of the past. It needs to be reformed. We need to teach people how to live, basically. This is what taxes are. This is how you buy a house. This is how you perform CPR on someone when they're in critical condition. Stuff like that.
This is how you fix your Windows 10 machine.
What? Windows. Oh, I thought you said time machine. I'm like,
No.
Where are you pulling a time machine out of this?
10.
10. Well, that's more nowadays than I think. But yeah, it's like
It's still relevant information that you can use.
it is. But yeah, like this song. Yes, it's controversial, and I know there's a lot of people that are going to be against it. But
they fear change.
yeah, they fear change. They don't want to accept the fact that
Things are broken.
things are broken and they have failed us.
And they can be fixed.
But no one wants to take the time to fix it.
No, that's money and
Money
politics
and it's like, well, what if we do this and we have to do that? It's just this giant domino effect. I'm like,
the children might learn something. We can't have that.
yeah, it's just.
They just need to be consumers and keep buying the things we tell them to.
Which technically most people, and
Which is ironic that we're saying it on here. I get it.
but it's also it plays in the whole thing of like, and you question why so many people are dropping out of school, not going into college.
Yeah, college is
just
putting a financial anchor to your waist and
it's also like getting a job, because if you don't have that piece of paper, most big businesses won't hire you.
a lot of places are getting rid of that because a lot of places people are like, I had to buy an apartment and I couldn't go to school because it was either apartment or school, not both.
Well, and people are in that same boat. Like, hey, it's either I buy food for my kids or I have to buy, paying the auto insurance.
Yeah.
Which one do I have to? We're not taught that. But that goes into the statement of like financial stability.
Oh yeah.
We're not taught that.
No.
So
We're starting to buy whatever we want so we can look cool.
yeah.
So before we get too deep on this,
Yeah, sorry. There's a lot of topics that we can voice our concerns and opinions
as you can tell,
on.
we're very pro this song.
Yes.
So definitely not on the list.
Definitely not.
Okay. This is Don't Stay in School, Boyinaband. Phenomenal.
I'm really glad
Phenomenal.
I did this refresh.
Revisit needed.
Yeah.
It sounds like this revisit needed to happen.
It needed to happen because I literally forgot about all the truths.
This is going to go on my Anthems playlist.
Yes.
So, until next time, YouTube.
See you then.